Our final guest today is one of the hottest properties in pop. Her debut album, Turn It Up, sold over 1 million copies and amassed chart-topping singles and industry awards like they were going out of fashion. And somehow, she's only a mere 20 years of age. Not that any of us are the least bit jealous. Let's take a look at some of her hits to date. Welcome, Pixie Lott. Hello, lovely. How are you doing? Lovely to see you on the show today. Now, we've got your little cats in the audience. Did you know that that's what your fans call themselves?
Yeah, I did know that. I didn't know they were coming today, so it's such a nice... They've got their cat ears on.
They have. Now, congratulations on your recent #1, All About Tonight.
Thank you very much.
Is it still exciting? Because obviously, you know, you've been there before.
Of course it's still exciting, especially when it's new music, because it's from the new album, and I had no idea what to expect or if people would like the new music, because I hadn't had a single out for a while. So I was a little bit nervous, I was a bit scared.
Are you very hands-on with it? Do you... Because, you know, I know that you write a lot of your music. Were you very hands-on with this one?
Yeah, definitely, always. I like to... Yeah, well, I've been writing the album since... Well, from the beginning of the year. And, yeah, always hands-on with videos, writing the album, kind of, yeah.
So did you start writing when you were 14, I heard?
The first album I did, yeah. Wow. So now I'm 20, I feel like... Well, the first album I still can relate to it, but I feel like I've moved on a bit. So that's why I was excited to start a new album this year. And that's what comes out next week.
Wow. With the music industry being more difficult for, I think, people these days, how did you make that break at such an early age? Because you're only, what, still just 20?
I'm 20 now, yeah. Amazing. I'm 21 in Jan now. Woo.
Get old.
I know, tell me about it. No, basically, well, I think where I was lucky is because I always knew that I wanted to do this. So from a really, really young age, I was, like, looking for auditions in, like, newspapers, on the internet, or by myself. And... You know, I think just, like, through like, perseverance of, like, meeting different people, word of mouth, loads of auditions. I was in the studio every night after school, on the weekends. And I knew I wanted to get into it young. I was quite frustrated, though, because I started the album at 14. It didn't come out till I was 18. And I felt that I was ready at 14. Obviously wasn't. So I was really, really frustrated that it took, like, 4 years to...
So this one, you've got a few collaborators on there, haven't you?
I do, yeah, a couple.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder?
Yeah. Just Stevie Wonder.
How did that come about?
Woo. It's crazy, really, because he's, like, my idol. Like, he's my all-time favourite. I grew up listening to all of his albums, and I was kind of just in the right place at the right time. It was, like, accidental. It just kind of happened before I knew it. But I was in this restaurant in LA, and I bumped into a friend who we knew from a while ago, and he was like, "Well, don't go just yet. I want you to meet my friend." And I just thought it was another kind of, like, old guy. I was like, "Okay." And he turned up, and it was Stevie Wonder. And literally, my jaw dropped. I was literally like... I didn't know how to handle it. I was like, oh my gosh. And he was so amazing, like, so lovely. And people say you shouldn't meet your idols in case you get disappointed, but I wasn't at all. I was,
Had he heard your stuff? Was he aware of you?
Probably not, I don't think so. I was just amazed. I didn't really know what to say. But then I wrote a song with my friend, and he worked with Stevie quite a lot, so he played him the song.
Yeah.
And Stevie loved it, and he plays the harmonica in the middle, and he sounds amazing.
Now, you mentioned as well that obviously by 13 or 14 you felt that you were ready to have a good old crack at the music business, but for, you know, professionally, possibly it was better that it came out at 18. Was there ever anyone that told you that you couldn't do what you always wanted to do?
There was a time I remember when I first started working in a recording studio and writing songs when I was younger, and a producer said to me, the only music you'll be able to do is country music, and I appreciate it, but I'm not really into kind of country music, so I was a bit upset. I was only young, and I remember being really upset and crying at home. Oh. And, yeah, well, but obviously I'm not doing country music now.
And you're doing okay. Well, we've had loads of emails in for you from your wee cats. Lisa has got in touch and said, if you could debut with anyone on this year's X Factor, who would it be?
If I could debut.
With a duet debut. I cannot speak today. I can't speak today. If you could duet with anyone on this year's X Factor, who would it be?
Oh, that's such a tough one. There's some really good ones, you know.
Would it be Frankie? No, I'm joking. Go on.
Do you not like Frankie?
No, I love him. I think he's ace. He makes me laugh.
Very entertaining.
Very
It's funny,
entertaining.
isn't it,
Brilliant
to say
telly.
that?
Sorry, Pixie.
I was actually upset that Johnny went because he seemed so
He
lovely.
was here this morning. Did you see him?
I didn't see him, but I heard he was here. But he just seemed. I want to be his friend. He just seems lovely.
So Johnny, well, he'll be
It'll
ringing you up
be
now.
fun. It'll be a barrel
Well,
now.
you're going to be on your own. Oh, no, you've got some rather saucy backing dancers waiting for you over there. So you're going to be performing your latest single for us. So we'll let you head over
Thank
and
you
get
very
ready
much,
for the
ladies.
performance.
Thank you.
It is the lovely Pixie Lott, everyone.
Woo!